Well, hello, welcome to our Women Today Table Talk. I'm super excited today because I have with me my beautiful and amazing friend and a sister, somebody that I've known for so many years. We've been working together. So I'm super excited to be sitting down at this table to discuss more about what she does and what her organization represents in the northeast of the UK and again around the world. So I'm super excited, ladies and gentlemen. So with me here today is my amazing friend, Shazia. Welcome, Shazia.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to our Women Today Table Talk, which is amazing. It's good to have you at this table talk. How are you?
I'm fine, and thank you so much for inviting me. I feel absolutely honoured to be here because we've known each other for what, 10 years
For
now?
10 years, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
So it's so nice to be here.
It's nice to just sit down and have a discussion and talk and everything because we're very busy. All of us are quite busy, and I think and again I want to say thank you so much for just extending this time to have this time to sit down with me and just to discuss about the things that you do. I know you, and explain to people who you are, what you do. Yeah, we can start from there.
Okay, so I'm Shazia Noor from NUR Fitness. We've been established now, and I just realised this last week, that's nearly 10 years.
Oh my God.
And I can't believe it's been 10 years.
Oh my God.
Initially, when we started off NUR Fitness, it was a little dream of mine to do something different because I realised that there was no women only fitness classes. And being from the BME community, fitness wasn't something that was really introduced to me as a child. Wasn't something that was part of our culture. And when I kind of got into fitness, it really helped me mentally as well as physically. And I just wanted to kind of spread that message. But I found there was nothing like this out there in the community. So it was very challenging, very scary. I still remember putting my first post out there. And being absolutely mortified, thinking, oh my goodness, what are people going to think? But if you don't try, you'll never know. So 10 years on now, as well as the fitness work that we do, we've evolved a lot. So we've gone into campaigning about a lot of health areas such as cancer awareness, diabetes awareness, mental health awareness. We've also done a lot of work with public health to organisations like yourself. But then over the years, we found that as women were coming in, getting confident, it gave us an opportunity to kind of say to them, okay, where would you like to evolve from here? So from fitness, we've gone into campaigning, then we've also gone into empowerment and employability over the last couple of years. So that's kind of like, it's a lots of things that we do right now.
It's a whole package altogether, which is something that I like about your organization, going to empower so many different women, like what you've mentioned, that I know some of our women today, we have attended your fitness classes. You're doing an amazing thing. You've been recognized all over the place. I remember opening one newspaper. You were there. You've been recognized in different awards, doing such an amazing work, especially in the Northeast. And I want to say congratulations for that.
Thank
and
you.
I'm super proud of you for doing what you're doing. And you started with just a few women. And I remember attending one of your events not long ago. Tell us about that event and what exactly are you doing with these women? Because I've watched you, with like a tiny gathering, going to like massive gatherings, and everyone now knows who Shazia is, and I think sometimes we forget to just appreciate one another and just to recognize one another, that there are some organizations out there that are saying they're doing something but we don't see it, but with your organization we see it. And tell about some of the things that you'll be talking about, because I know mental health is one of the things that you cover as well, and exercise on its own helps somebody to sleep, because I remember when I attended one of your classes, I went home and I slept like a baby. And so tell us about some of the good testimonies that you actually hearing from some of the women you work with.
I'd say out of everything that we do, if you said to me, what's the most satisfying for me as NUR Fitness, I'd say obviously it's the fitness side of it, because I'm you know what I'm like. I'm normally up the hills. I love fitness. I'm crazy. But what's really, I think, for me, if you said to me, what would you say? What was the most important thing, or the most satisfying thing that NUR Fitness has created is the mental health work that we've done. So that's so close to my heart, because my mum suffered and we knew the knock-on effect. And I think the biggest issue at that point was lack of awareness of mental health. And I always think, I wish that NUR Fitness had been there 40 years ago for her. And I think this is probably, if you said to me, what's been the biggest impact, I would say the mental health side. We have had women come through our doors so low in themselves. Lack of confidence, low self-esteem, really depressed, really anxious. And the saddest part about it all was they've had no one to speak to. No one to say, it's okay, we understand that, you know, you're a bit depressed, and it's something that's recognised. So what happens is, if you don't recognise something, you can't accept it. If you can't accept it, you can't get help for it. And a lot of these women, because it wasn't recognised and it wasn't accepted, they were suffering so badly. So, you know, we opened up that door for them, and they've come in just for a fitness class, but then we've started talking about mental health. They've attended a mental health empowerment program, and I've seen how much they change. And you know, I had this one lady, so you said a testimony, we had one lady who came through the door and she said, I've been severely depressed because I had this illness, couldn't sleep on the night, which started off my depression and anxiety, and it went really severe, but nobody understood me. One day I watched one of your videos and you were talking about it, and I thought, shall I go then? Because she seems to get it. She was, I came, like, did a few of your classes, and then she started speaking to me, and she said, I've lost my relationship with my kids, my family. I feel like I've been ostracised from the community. I just feel so alone. I've been through the services and they've been fantastic, but they've never got my culture and what was happening, because obviously it's not their fault. They wouldn't get certain things. And when we did the empowerment program with her, oh my goodness, she, a year later, she got up in front of 100 people and spoke and shared her story.
Oh my goodness.
And you know, she learned how to drive all the way to Nottingham. She learned how to communicate with the kids on WhatsApp, little things like that. She learned how to, like, speak in front of people again, because she was so so clever from where she came from. She came from Pakistan. And it's things like that that I think that have been the biggest impact.
Do you know, I think it's, what you're saying is so profound, because it's the little things that people do not really understand, especially after the COVID. A lot of people have gone through mental health challenges, really, really stressful period. And I know now, at this current situation where bills are going very high, you know, funny enough, the bills are going high, the food is getting very expensive, but the people's wages are still low. And I know definitely people are going to be going through a lot, and some of them are already going through a lot. What can you say to somebody who's watching right now and who's going through that at this particular moment? Because I like what you say, that, you know, there's this lady we've just spoken about. She walked in, now she's a different kind of person. Somebody who's listening, there's a sister, a lady, or mother. They're going through some challenges. What can you say in terms of, like, this is what we do, come to us, our doors are open, you know, what can you say to them at the moment?
What I always say is, all our staff's really friendly. We, you know, are women just like yourself who've been through so much hardship and so many challenges ourselves. There's been points in my life, my personal life, where I've been so low, and what I've done is I've kind of helped myself, and I've learned how to get myself back up. And this is something that I've taught, you know, my staff, all of us try to, you know, spread that message, because as women, we are the foundation of the home. Everything relies on us. All the challenges, everything that happens is all on us. But what happens is, we are so busy looking after everybody else, we forget to look after ourselves. And what we try to do here is, we try to, first of all, help you recognise just how amazing and you know, inspirational you are as a woman. Getting up in the morning and taking your child to school is amazing. you know, just that thing that you've done in the morning is fantastic, and we sometimes don't even recognize it.
Yeah.
So what we try to do here is help you recognize how amazing you are. We are here to listen to you. If you want to speak to somebody in a safe, confidential, you know, environment, you are more than welcome to come to us. And, you know, we may not have all the answers, but what we can do is help find them answers for you.
Yeah.
And if there's any services that you're not sure about, or you're worried, you're more than welcome to pop along and speak to us. And whatever we can do, we will definitely try to help you.
Wow. I thank you for that. I like the fact that you said you've also experienced those challenges, and you know your mom has also experienced those challenges. So you're not just saying it from reading the book. You're speaking from experience. You've watched your mom going through, you know, challenges like that, and you yourself are saying, look, all of us at some point we've gone through situations where we felt so low and so so down, and some of us maybe feel like I just want to end my life. But I like the fact that, you know, you're sort of like teaching people the practical things. And sometimes, you know, we as women, we don't, like what you mentioned, that it's easy for us to help, whether it's your son, your daughter, your husband, and we always put ourselves at the back of the line. And I like what you've said here, that sometimes we need to put ourselves at the front of the line. When you are a happy mom, a happy wife, it's easy for you to look after your home, which is really, really amazing. And you know what, thank you for that. Within our BME culture, I mean, your ladies are similar to what our ladies do. If they hear about the word mental health, they run away because there's stigma attached to mental health. Most of our ladies are Christians, and so if you mention mental health, they quickly say that's being demon possessed. You know, this is straight from the devil. Let's rebuke that.
Black magic.
Exactly. But there are people that are really suffering, especially from our organizations or from our cultures. What can you say to them and say, look, you need help. This is, you're not demon possessed. You know, it's important to identify that, you know, a person needs help, because there are some people that are really suffering and they are not really going to get help because of the stigma attached to them. What can you say to them?
I'm glad you've said that, because I just think it's such an important topic that you brought up, because in the Asian community it's the same thing. We always get the fact that or you might have had black magic, you might be possessed and so on. Now, I think the biggest thing here is recognition of mental health. And the best way I can kind of describe it is, if your friend had cancer, you would say to your friend, you need to go to the doctors and you need to get chemotherapy, radiotherapy. If your friend had diabetes, you would then say to them, you need to go to the doctors, you need to be on insulin and so on. It's exactly the same with mental health. I understand it's more harder to grasp because it's unseen, you can't see it, and because we don't kind of understand it, it's very difficult to understand. But mental health is real. Depression, anxiety, bipolar, you know, there's so many different disorders out there, which, you know, sometimes they might look like, oh, somebody's possessed, but for example, schizophrenia, it's an illness, but, you know, it's difficult to understand that, but they are real. Now, in the same manner that somebody's got cancer or diabetes, they need medication, so does somebody with mental health. They need that same type of medication. It doesn't have to always be medication. It could be therapy. It can be anything. Myself, for me, going outdoors in nature, going for walks, talking to somebody, watching a comedy, something as simple as that works for me. But there was a point in my life where life was so difficult, when I was so low, where I did go on medication for a short amount of time, and I felt quite embarrassed, I think, at the time, because this is before I became NUR Fitness, and now I look back and I think, why was I embarrassed? Because if I had diabetes and if I'd gone for insulin, I wouldn't have been embarrassed, but at that point I was. And this is, so I get you when you say that, but I was lucky that, you know, I had a lot of positive people around me, and one of my cousins, God bless her soul, she really helped me, took me out for walks and really kind of counselled me and got me, you know, off the medication. I got better. So it doesn't mean, because that's the other thing, isn't it, Locardia? People think that if they're on medication, that's it. They're done for life. It doesn't mean that. I'm stood here saying to you, I've been on medication for a short period of time, but I'm off that medication and I've never felt the need to have it again because I've found alternative therapy. So it's not the end all be all, but the biggest thing here is my sisters, you really need to understand mental health is real, and it's no different from cancer, diabetes and heart disease or anything else.
Wow.
That's the bit we need to understand.
Wow. You see, what I like about you, what I love about you is the honesty, the genuineness, the authenticity, and the pure heart that you have. I've sat down with few people that I've on the table discussion, and sometimes you don't feel it. Like with you, I feel you like you're speaking to my heart, and I know you're speaking to so many people's hearts. It's so genuine, it's so pure, it's so honesty. You're sort of like putting it on the table to say this is what it is. You actually need to get some help. And you know, you mentioned something as well, that surround yourself with the positive people.
So big.
And it's important that, you know, people realize and recognize that it's important to be surrounded by positive people that will speak positivity into your life. People who will speak the right words into your life. You know, because sometimes it can be a struggle when you're by yourself, which is really, really good. Now, tell me about some of the exercise classes that you do, because I know you do a lot of classes. I've seen ladies doing some sewing classes. I've seen, you know, you Zumba classes, which I love.
Which I can't wait to teach again.
I know. Some different classes that you do. So we want our ladies to know the classes that you do. And where can our ladies find you?
Okay. Just before I talk about that, just a little thing. I'll just touch on a point that you said there about positivity. You know, behaviour breeds behaviour.
Oh, wow.
I'm a great believer of that.
That's good.
So if you're going to be with negative people who are going to say to you, no, you don't need to do that. I don't think you should be doing that. No, that's not going to work. What's going to happen is that's going to rub off on you. And what you'll find is that negativity will overpower you as well. And I found when I opened up my business, for example, known people like Locardia who came into my life, because we didn't know each other before this. And, you know, somebody who kind of like was like, oh, this is amazing. You know, you're doing really well. Keep going, sister. Just that little, you know, that person who's in the background being positive with you, that behaviour breeds behaviour. That positivity overpowers you. So if there's one advice I'd leave you on this video today, is please try to surround yourself with happy, positive people who will take you up, because you will go so much further in life. If you're going to have negative people, it's just going to bring you down. So in regards to classes, we do loads of fitness classes, MetaFit, Zumba, boot camp. We've also done cycling with women. I'm a great believer of taking women, you know, enjoying the outdoors, and we are very blessed where we live in Teesside. So we also do a lot of outdoor walking, you know, hiking, which I think it's so good, not just for you physically, but mentally. And I always say, God's given us this beautiful earth, let's use it. Aside to that, we also do a lot of non-accredited programs. So for example, we do awareness of, you know, mental health, introduction to working in different areas of work like healthcare and so on. We also have accredited courses such as health and social care, childcare, counselling and so on. So we've helped a lot of women get into work. But recently, the last year, we've also gone into arts and crafts and sewing. Because I just, you know, what amazes me is like how talented women actually are. So when they come in and then you get to know them, they're so talented. And sometimes...
And you don't realize it until they actually come to your place and start to do sewing. And then you see the product that comes out of it.
How did you make that? I can't make anything. I can break things, but I can't make anything. I can think of ideas, but I can't present them. And some of these women, like the cakes that they make, even though we need to have them in moderation, cakes that they make and things that they do. So we help women with social enterprises. We do have a WhatsApp group just for Teesside business. And on there, every woman, whatever she makes, we give them an opportunity to share and buy and sell. The sewing has been really amazing because we've actually introduced young girls to that.
Oh, that's really good.
And I kind of had to force my daughter to go to it. Because I was like, darling, you need to go because mum's not practical and you need to fix my clothes.
I need to break things and then you fix them.
Yeah, you fix them for me. So if there's anything, I always say, if you want clothes, you want fitness, you want to eat healthy, just come to us. So if there's anything that you're interested in or anything that you would like for us to do, just contact us and we'd be more than happy to put something on. And also any organisations, we've done amazing work with women today, and I love what has been created. And you know what I really love is how they make me feel. I remember the first time I went to church and I met, because I'm a Muslim, and obviously the first time I went to the church, and I remember walking away thinking, I just felt at home here.
Yeah, I know. I remember you saying that. Yes, yes.
And the love and the warmth that you got from everybody. And I think that's amazing to meet people from different organisations, different faiths.
We learn from each other, isn't it? Like we complement one another. Like we don't compete.
Yes.
That's one of the things. Like we complement one another. We're like, you're doing so great. You're like, you're doing so great. And together we're like a power force.
Definitely.
Which is something that
if women work together, you can do so much more.
Yeah.
And you know what? Biggest thing I go by is this. Whatever's in your destiny, it's yours.
Exactly.
There's nothing in the world that's going to take that away from you.
Oh, wow.
But if that's not meant to be for you, or you don't get that, let's say if it was something that you went for and you never got it and somebody else got it, that was because it was meant for them, and that wasn't meant for you. But there might be something else meant for you.
Wow.
But if you can be happy for other people and be positive towards them and be, like, say, oh, wow, amazing. Yeah, I always believe God will come back to you anyway.
Wow.
Won't it? The way me and you are.
Exactly. We always say to people that, like, if you see God blessing somebody else,
it's so nice.
Just know that He's in the neighborhood. Yeah. That you're next in line. This is exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh my God, this is so good. So where can the ladies, before we go into that, there are some organizations that could be listening to our, table talk at the moment. They're like, we need to support you.
Yeah.
What can you say to them?
So, I mean, we always say that if there's anything out there that you need more access to the BME community, or you more understanding. So for example, we've done a lot of work around cancer awareness within the communities. We've done a lot of work around mental health awareness within the communities.
And culture awareness as well.
And cultural awareness. Yeah. So if there's anything that you think, oh, like yesterday I got somebody contacting me that said, we need some more BME representation within the peer support, within mental health. Wow. And she said, I wasn't sure what to do. So we've had a really good discussion yesterday, really and hopefully we will be passing that on to the community. So anything like that, you can contact us. We are based within Middlesbrough, Linthorpe. NUR Fitness is, we'll share the address on here.
Yes,
but we do also do outreach work. Yeah. So if you needed us to come to your organisation like we did with yourselves, we are more than happy to come over to yourselves as well, and we cover all of Tees Valley.
Yes. Oh, wow. One last advice before we close.
I would say that as women, we are not very compassionate to ourselves. If something happened to your friend and you would be like, oh, I'm so sorry that happened, I hope you're okay, do you need this, do you need that, you poor thing. But sometimes, like, I always find that we're so hard on ourselves, like, just get on with it. So my last message would be, sisters out there, don't ever forget to also be self-compassionate to yourself, but self-love. You are amazing. Being a mother, a sister, a daughter, a wife, it's not easy. And I don't think sometimes we give ourselves credit as to what we do. If I fall poorly, my whole house falls down. And so that shows the power of a woman when the whole house falls down. So don't ever forget how amazing you are, and always make sure you keep positive people around you.
Wow, my friend and a sister, it has been amazing, sitting down here at this table with you, listening to you speaking. And I know you speak to all the ladies, but you're also speaking to me. I think I just want to celebrate you and to thank you for your friendship, your sisterhood, and your love and your support, and really to celebrate you for the work that you're doing in the Northeast. Not only are you empowering yourself, you're empowering even people that you don't even know. And all over the place in the Northeast, people know about Shazia. So people like you deserve to be celebrated. So thank you for joining me at this table, and thank you for the work that you're doing, and continue to do it, because you're doing an amazing work. So,
and yourself as well, Locardia. Like, you are amazing, and I love what you do, and I love the friendship that we've got.
Yes.
And I just think that, like, where you've, what you've done for your community, it's amazing. And you know what? Just keep striving for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And hopefully we can
change
the world.
Exactly, we're changing the world. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you we're listening. You've heard everything that Shazia have said. Listen, ladies, you're feeling lonely, you're going through mental health challenges, any difficulties that you're going through at NUR Fitness, you know exactly where they are. Go to them, ask for help. They will help you. They're doing different classes, you know, that you can be empowered. At this table, we always bring ladies, women that will empower you, women that will make you feel like I can do more, I can go far. And today it has been amazing. It has been an honor for me to sit down at this table and have this conversation with my sister, a lady that I call a friend, you know, talking about her experiences. And you have heard everything that she's spoken about. And I hope you have been empowered. I hope you have been challenged. I hope this conversation will make you feel like there is help out there. So don't suffer in silence. And she mentioned something that was so profound. She said, you know, surround yourself with the right friends, right people that will encourage you. It's important that, especially now, that we surround ourselves with people that will support us, people that will hold our hand and say, go ahead and do it. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for joining. And from this table to you guys, thank you very much, and see you next time. Goodbye.